forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Volpe Report. I'm your host, Domenic Volpe. Tonight's special guest is Bobbie Anne Cox, an attorney at law, and also the head of, or one of the people involved with Rethinking Westchester.
Yes.
So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Before we go any further, I just want to, as we were talking prior to this, the taping tonight, I just found out that actually Bobbie Anne is from our home, my father's hometown well, not hometown, but a provincial region in Italy called Abruzzi, the Abruzzi region,
yep.
As is her family. So it just goes to show you how small of a world we actually live in.
Definitely.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so let's get started. Give us a bio. Talk about yourself. Who are you? Who is Bobbie Anne Cox?
Okay, great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
Thank you for Dennis Tate, our producer, for having me back. So basically, I'm a real estate attorney. I practice here in Westchester County. My office is down in Bronxville, southern Westchester. I used to be with a firm in Manhattan for several years, and then I left around 2003 and have been practicing real estate law locally here in Westchester since then. I focus on property tax reductions. So I do tax certiorari for commercial properties. I do homeowner tax grievances, and that is the bulk of what I do. I also do real estate closings where I represent people buying or selling real estate. I also represent banks doing mortgage closings. So that's basically my focus right now. And I have a website. You know, your viewers want to check it out.
Sure, go ahead.
Read a little bit.
Give us the website. Go ahead.
Who I am. It's www.coxlawyers.com.
Okay.
And how I got involved with Rethinking Westchester Government is last year, I live in Yonkers, own a home, and last year our taxes went up, property taxes in Yonkers, 24% in 1 year alone.
Just in 1 year alone.
Just in 1 year. So, you know, I looked at my husband, I said, this is crazy. This can't be. What's going on? So I did some homework, did a little bit of research, and I came across Paul Feiner. He is the supervisor.
For the town of Greenburgh.
Yes, town of Greenburgh. And he and Joan Gronowski, I don't know if you know Joan, she is a councilwoman for Yonkers. And
no, but we'll
yeah.
put her on, I think.
Yeah.
She'll be our next guest for the show.
So Paul and Joan started this organization, Rethinking Westchester Government, about a year ago. And I first met Joan and then met Paul and got involved with the group. I am on the executive committee for the group, and I also head the legal committee, which is you know, the part of the group. We have a few lawyers, and we do a lot of research on...
So would you say, did you get the feeling, not only was it just on your own personal case in the sense that you saw your taxes go up 24%, but across the board, whether it's Yonkers or all the way up in the north end here or the middle of Westchester,
right.
You saw these, I mean, we are the #1 tax county in the nation,
yes.
correct? We are the highest.
Yes, we are.
All right,
Yes,
and just to add fuel to the fire, I believe 3 years ago there was a report out from WHUD, or actually realtors. They said that in the lower Hudson Valley alone, 58,000 people left the Hudson Valley region to move to the Carolinas or even upstate New York. Just this past week, another one was released, and now 78,000 families left the area. So you can, which is the lower Hudson Valley region. So you can see the numbers are not. We're not bringing them back. It's people are leaving. Why? They can't afford it anymore.
Yep.
And that's where your group. That's really the whole genesis of your group. It sounds like.
Absolutely. I mean, as a real estate attorney, you know, I represent people in Westchester, also Rockland, also Nassau, also Suffolk, but I also do Manhattan. And I can't tell you the number of clients that I've had that were, you know, hired me. I want you to be my attorney. Or we're going to buy a place in Westchester. We're going to have kids. We're going to move out of the city. They look around in Westchester for a few months. Then they say, these property taxes are ridiculous.
Right.
They look in Connecticut. They say, oh, these taxes are so much more reasonable. We can get the same size house for probably the same amount of money, but our taxes are half.
Right.
Mind you, so they go to the Connecticut house, buy that house. Westchester loses that family, that income, the sale of that house. And by the way, Connecticut has no county level government.
Really?
Yeah.
No, there are no counties in Connecticut.
There's no county government.
No county government
in Connecticut.
So
there's no county government in Massachusetts, and there's no county government in Rhode Island. So
it's local municipality, and then the next level is the state. So there is. So in other words, you get rid of that middleman in a sense, is what you're doing.
Exactly. You know, I mean, it's like a business. You cut out the middleman, and your costs go down.
Sure.
So,
what aspect of this are you going to? In other words, if you got rid of the middleman, is it the management level that, in a sense, because if you hire, let's say, people would ask this.
Okay.
Let me ask you a couple of particulars. They go, okay, get rid of county government. What does county government do for you right now?
Right.
And if they do that, and you get rid of county government, then who does it for you?
Okay.
For example, the Westchester County has police.
Right.
If you get rid of that, who does it for you? Does the state come in and just add a couple more state, police to their respective barracks then to make up the difference?
Okay, well, that's a great example. All right, so, I mean, Dominic, we have, as you said, we have county police. We have state police. We also have local police. Okay, so we have 3 layers of police. Whatever function the county police are doing, why would that not be reallocated to the state and local?
Or to the local municipality.
Or both. The state takes some, the local takes the other. And perhaps some of those county police are then reemployed by the state if the state needs to bulk up their staff.
Sure, you may need the numbers.
Local.
Right, you still may need the numbers in order to support. Like if they have 20 state police in an area, but you need 25, so they'll hire the 5 additional state police in order to cover the difference.
Right.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So
but
why can't you reallocate? Okay, it's duplicative in so many senses. You've got 40. I mean, if you go to the website for the county, they actually boast about having 40 departments. Okay, so why do you need, number one, why do you need 40 departments? And number two, if you actually look at the list of those departments, you can't believe what some of those departments are.
Right.
I mean, I gave a town hall meeting about a week ago here in Yorktown, and one of the things that my colleague and I from Rethinking Westchester were going over were those 40 departments of the county. I mean, there's a women's department, for women. That's one, and then there's a separate one that's women small business owners. Okay, so first of all, why are there 2 of those? And second of all, do you need a women's department?
Right.
Do you need? And I'm a woman.
And then there's a layer of there's probably someone who heads that department and a supervisor and a clerk and so on and so on. And so what you're saying is eventually, I mean, where does this end?
Where does it end?
Yeah.
Where does it end? I mean, just so your viewers understand, Rethinking Westchester Government is, it's a non-for-profit organization. It's made up. It's nonpartisan, so it's made up of people from all sorts.
It's not Democratic run. It's not Republican run. It's
absolutely
whoever.
Not.
It's
absolutely
everybody.
Not. We have, as I mentioned, Paul Feiner and Joan Gronowski founded the group. They're Democrats, but we have also, as a member of our executive committee, Joseph Diaguardi, who's a Republican.
Former Republican, that's right, a congressman.
Yeah. He was a congressman at the U.S. Congress, 1985, I believe, to 89. Mm-hmm. And he was actually congressman from my district. But, we have independents, we have Republicans, we have Democrats, we have conservatives.
Yeah, it's across the board support for this. It's
Absolutely.
Not just like one party trying to dominate this.
No. And the group is, we have the executive committee, and then we have subcommittees. There's a committee for the media outlet, there's a legal committee, which I head, there's a committee for speaking engagements, there's a research committee, so we have all these subcommittees, always looking for more volunteers. Everybody volunteers, nobody's getting paid for this.
Right. How many in the organization right now would you probably
guess? I'd say now we're probably up around 250 members.
Actively working, or would you say probably a subgroup of?
I would say members as far as, if you go to our website,